Alright guys, welcome back to Zab's project. Today we want to take the fuel tank out of this long wheelbase 300ZX. So first of all, we're lucky because we got the long wheelbase in the sense that the fuel tank is at the back, so we don't have to remove the subframe, whereas in the short wheelbase you have to remove the subframe to get to the fuel tank. So we're lucky there, we've been saved from all the hard work. But nevertheless, this is a rusty car, so don't know how the fuel tank is or how rusty the bolts are. First things first, we need to open the boot, disconnect the fuel pump pipes and the connector. Once we've done that, I've already got my jack in position, got my foam to go underneath to get the position where I want to jack it up, got my toolbox, got a hammer, got WD-40, got a puzzle, so just in case if anything's rusty I can spray WD-40, let it settle for a little while and then push it up. So let's crack it on. I'll show you exactly once I've disconnected the fuel pipes, and I'll show you exactly where that is. Alright guys, so 4 Phillips screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, which plate sits on top over here. So there's 1, 2, 1 over there and 4th over there. Once you've taken off, you'll come through this. This is where your fuel pump sits on the long wheelbase. So you've got 2 pipes return and a outer fuel line. You've got the connector, so you disconnect the connector from that. So that's the one stays on the fuel pump. You've got this pipe and that pipe, there's 2 black pipes, so you just kind of push them out. Once you've done that, that's your disconnection down from the front, from the top. Just to let you know, this is the long wheelbase, so the long wheelbase is always sitting at the boot. The short wheelbase, normally fuel pump will sit around here, and there's 2 apparently, and you disconnect them from the top. But like I said, you've got to remove the subframe to get to those. A bit of a hard work that is. Again, we're lucky that we've got the long wheelbase. So yeah, so that's the top done. Now we're going to go to the bottom. Alright guys, so jacked up the car, removed the wheel. Just to show you about the rust on this car is, damn, look at that. The fuel tank looks okay-ish. Once we take it down and pump it up, then we're going to find out what's going on. She's got a nail light at the back as well. Alright, so there's got to be a fast furious touch onto it. So yeah, so basically what we're going to do first, the fuel neck filler, which is this pipe that goes from here, so the fuel tank, from there all the way down there. So what we're going to do, there's 6 bolts there. Let me just get closer look for you guys. So if you see, that is 1, 2, 1 up there, 1 there, and just beside it, so there should be 2 on the other side as well. So we're going to WD-40 them first, or I'll clean the rust up actually first, rub it down a bit, WD-40 it, and then try and take it off. You also got this pipe connected here, which is a small pipe going up here, so you can remove this plastic thing as well. So I will remove this to see what that is. Again, this is the first time I'm tackling this, so just going along with it and then showing you guys where I might be going wrong, and if somebody's trying to do this, at least they know what they're doing. Alright, so let's get cracking. Alright, so that's been removed, the plastic cover on there, so that's the plastic cover. So I had a tail mill there, and a plastic, let's put that fixing here. So the plastic fixing was sitting on top of this, popped off. Then you had a tail mill just over there and a tail mill just over there. That's still sitting there. It rusted so badly it wouldn't even come off. Now we've got 2 bolts here, 1 here and 1 there. Remove that, and then the fuel neck, and then this extra pipe that goes in from there to the tank, that will remove. And then I've WD-40 those 6 bolts there as well. So yeah, so we can just take those off. So let me take them off and I'll show you once they're done. Alright, so those 2 bolts are removed from there. They were the 12mm bolts. A bit of a pain to get to, they're proper rusted up. So there's the 2 bolts over there. Again, WD-40 there. First I sanded it down with a wire brush. WD-40 there. Yeah, and then start taking it. It was a bit of a pain, but it did come off. They didn't break, luckily. Not that we're going to need it, because the other car hopefully should have this neck filler, but we need to remove it regardless so we can get the tank out. Now I'm going to attack those 6 bolts there. Hopefully, well, I'll say hopefully, they shouldn't be painful, but they look so bad. Let's see how it goes. Let me take them off and I'll show you to them. Alright guys, so the update is I've taken all 5 bolts off. The only one that's a pain is that one there. I can't get any tool into that position there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the back, release the holder part to the fuel tank, so raise the fuel tank a bit down, and then I'll remove that off, so then that'll be easy to remove from there. Now at the back you've got you can see I've got the extension bar already fitted in, 17mm bolts, one on this side on the rear passenger and one on the rear driver side. I'm literally fighting with that at the moment. It is so strongly tightened up in there. I've tried with my own power, tried with the gun, nothing. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to get a breaker bar. I'm going to get a bit of a, so basically the breaker bar here. I'm going to get this to it, so give it a bit of leverage and put as much power I can. Unfortunately, I can't record at the same time while I'm doing this, so I'll try to loosen it and then I'll show you guys. Right guys, so just to show you from underneath the car, so imagine this is the fuel tank here. That's one of the straps. That's the other strap there. And what happens is the strap goes up, and at the top, if I can get the video to show you guys, there you go, see that? So that's 17mm bolt. Here's a toughen at the moment, and same one across that. I don't know if you guys can see that, and that. And then obviously, this is the fuel tank itself. That's the fuel tank. Like I said, on the short wheelbase, the fuel tank is literally under the subframe or further down. Don't know why they've done that, maybe because obviously the size of the car. Luckily, we've been lucky. Overall, the fuel tank is rusty. Now, once I've taken it down and rub it down, I'll see how bad it is. Any holes? Obviously no good. If it has any holes in the surface rust, then we can just obviously tidy and clean it up. So yeah, let's get cracking and I'll show you once I've taken it off. All right, so the fuel tank is down. As you can see, look, the strap, 17mm strap there. Show you the bolt. One was used, goes in that little hole there, as you can see over there, and the other one goes in the hole over there. And the fuel tank is lowered now. It's not easier to show you because I'm on the ground myself. But yeah, it's on the ground. Now I'll go and I'll release the other bolt from the fuel neck and then slide this up. Alright guys, so as you can see, look, the fuel tank is lowered. I've released the last bolt and there you go, it's just moved itself out of position. Now all I have to do is slide the tank out. So here's us. There's 4 there. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 4 here and 2 broke. So one's broken here. And one should be underneath it somewhere. But like I said, if we need some, I'll order some new ones. Condition of the pipe, quite badly rusted. Can we save it? Don't know. Doesn't look like it, but if our worst comes to us, we'll order a new one. Fuel tank again, can we save that as well? Don't know. We'll have to check once I've taken it out. Let me slide it out and I'll show you the tank. Alright guys, so the progress is, like I said, those bolts off. The tank is down now. The only thing that was holding was, see this small pipe here that's traveling down? Goes through there and then it comes down to the tank. See where my finger is? Just there. And there's like a little clip. And that was being a bit of a pain because it's so hard to get anything in there. So well, luckily I've gone onto the back of the other side of the car and I used long nose and this. And what I've twisted and pushed it forward. Now the pipe a bit bent. Now all I've got to do is just move the pipe and the whole tank should come down. Also, just advise everybody, make sure you check that there's no fuel in there. If there's, drain the fuel out. You don't want a full tank of fuel falling on top of you. Alright guys, the fuel tank's out. Next up, all the bolts. So obviously these are the bolts, a few broken, few are here. Got the 17mm bolts there. So yeah, we're going to replace some bolts and some bolts should be alright to use, but personally I think we should just replace them all. They are a bit rusted. This neck here, I've just checked, there's no holes or anything like that. Yeah, it is rusted, so I'm just going to sand it down and see how bad it is. We go from there. Maybe we might have one on the car, I haven't checked yet. The fuel tank itself I've checked, there isn't any holes or anything, but again I've just taped that area up, so I'm going to cover everything that's got holes in it so where no dust can go inside now. So for example, those two, I'm going to cover them, cover this, I've covered that, and then just give it a good clean and then see how it goes from there. Again, like I said, make sure you drain the fuel out if you have any, and then do what you got to do with it. So yeah, let me just clean up and I'll show you the next part. Alright guys, so I've cleaned it up. What I used is wire brush and then obviously the brush itself. So I brushed off everything first and wire brushed everything up. There's a lot of rust accumulated around here, which I've taken as much as I can off with the wire brush. All around here, as you can see here, just see the scratches there, so just try to rub as much as I could off around here. Around there as well. Overall, I've just checked the fuel tank, it is quite solid. There's a surface rust on that, and again on the filler neck from here going down, I've sanded all the wire, brushed this all off, as you can see as well. There are bits of rusty lump in there, but it's not coming off. I might just 80 grit sand it down a bit, and then see. But at the moment it's looking quite strong and promising at the moment. The whole pipe is, including the fuel tank. The fuel pump's in there, don't know if it works or not, but that's not a problem. You can go get new fuel pump if you have to. But yeah, so far so good. So what we're gonna do is sand it down a bit more, make it more neat, clean, then alcohol wipe everything up, and then spray this black weatherproof black paint, so it stays solid, and the same with our pipe as well. Again, I haven't checked in the other car which is parked inside there if that has got a fuel filler neck or not, but we'll have to check that. But yeah, that's how you take a fuel tank out.